as we get ready now to see if Izzy Moreno makes history. It's time for the main event as the current holder of the Mission Pro Wrestling Cup cashes in tonight to try and win the Mission Pro Wrestling Championship.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for, Noah.
Indeed, JJ. And we talked about the insulting comments by both the champion and, of course, Thunder Rosa and anybody else that's doubted young, bright, up and coming, dedicated, passionate Izzy Moreno. She's going to do whatever it takes to win her tonight, but I got to argue that Tiffany Nieves is going to probably do whatever it takes to win her tonight as well. So this is going to be a dog dragged out fight.
I expect nothing less. Tiffany Nieves always brings everything to a fight. The question is will Izzy retain some of that killer instinct that was first brought out of her by Kylan Keene and that she used when she won the cup from JP Harlow? Or is she going to try to be the goody girl that everyone just assumes that she is?
Well, I think one thing for sure, she is definitely prepared for this matchup. And you have to be prepared as much as possible for this.
Yeah, and then what's going to happen come next show with the Mission Pro Cup? Again, we're going to have to crown a new champion as Izzy Moreno surrenders it here in order to challenge for the title. And here comes the champion, La Princesa, Tiffany Nieves.
To your point, Tiffany Nieves, by the way, who is literally going into her 11th defense, overcoming Lady Bird Moreau, Natalia Markova, Rachel Chanel, Zoe Sky, Rachel Neville again, Christina Marie, beating Genocide, and of course, previously beating Izzy Moreno at Ladies Night Out 13 back in November 2023. Her most recent defense was back in River City Wrestling Con against Tiny Tanaya, and right now she's looking to once again make sure that nobody stops her run as she looks to be the record holder, reaching her 308th day, just literally 21 days shy of being the record set by Holiday and Genocide, the very woman she took the title from.
Mm-hmm. And I love her slogan, get it, got it, bueno. Love her catchphrase. It's so good.
And of course, she will truly make sure she does whatever it takes to get the win and make sure Izzy Moreno leaves defeated. Says that tonight nothing changes. We're about to find out. Let's get down to our introductions. This is our main event. Good luck, Izzy.
Yes. Ring announcer telling the fans what we all know, that this is the cash-in of the cup.
The Mission Pro Wrestling Championship, first established in Mission Pro Wrestling, held by La Rosa Negra, then, of course, won by Jasmine Allure, of course, won by Holiday, and then won by Genocide, now currently in possession of La Princesa, Tiffany Nieves. Everybody's favorite BFF, it's Izzy Moreno. Trained literally out of Hybrid School of Wrestling right in the Texas area and the Team Vision Dojo. For those that don't know, Izzy Moreno has a background in jiu-jitsu, which is fitting that she uses the cross arm breaker.
Yep. And her opponent, your current reigning and defending Mission Pro champion, La Princesa, Tiffany Nieves.
She's defended this title actually 15 times. Longest reigning and defending Mission Pro Wrestling champion in her own right. La Princesa, Tiffany Nieves, also a previous challenger for the Burke in NWA with a loss against Kenzie Page. I may not like Tiffany Nieves' tactics, but I can't argue the heart. Of course, being also a former cancer survivor, Tiffany Nieves is no stranger overcoming adversity in her own life, in and out of pro wrestling.
I'm glad you pointed that out, because I was about to point it out. That's one of the things that really made me gain some respect from her, was when I learned she was a cancer survivor.
Of course, endorsed by La Mera Mera Fonda Rosa, arguably who would be in her corner tonight if she wasn't involved and taking care of business against the virtuosa Diana Perazzo. Of course, we know Tiffany Nieves won this title using it for Eat Defeat against genocide. You wonder if she might apply a similar test against Izzy Moreno tonight. Here we go.
Bell rings. Here we go.
Again, sometimes the hardest lessons are taught the toughest of ways, whether you know it or not. And I do wonder why Thunder Rosa may have chosen Tiffany Nieves to be her champion at Mission Pro. Does she believe that Izzy Moreno can be a champion in her promotion?
Well, of course she can. I mean, I'm sure Thunder Rosa looks at Izzy Moreno and sees herself when she was a young woman. You know, whether you're male or female, you can't help but look at Izzy and see a little piece of yourself in her. A super fan who is living out her dream of being a professional wrestler.
Damn it.
You know,
Stiff
every
concept.
single one of us that watches the product on a weekly basis, whether it's WWE, AEW, TNA, NWA,
Ooh.
or any of the many indie promotions that are out there and local to us, every single one of us that sits down and watches it at some point or another envisions ourselves
Sit down.
in the ring doing this.
And the mounting
And
position right now,
Izzy
Izzy
is doing
Moreno.
it.
Yeah, Izzy Moreno right now, teeing off, and Tiffany Nieves and Izzy Moreno literally rolling around in the ring, fighting like cats and dogs. Tiffany Nieves right now on the back seat, and Izzy looking to follow it again, trying to catch her. Nice snap, Mayor. Looking to follow up. Runs in with a sliding elbow strike to the back of the head and neck, drops the elbow. Again, the confidence that Izzy has restored in herself since that loss last year. But miscue off that elbow strike, and Tiffany might take full advantage of that now, though. Looking for that double underhook, fired up by suplex possibly. Meanwhile, transition by Izzy, bringing her down the mat. Might be looking for the arm breaker, and Tiffany finds a reprieve in the ropes momentarily. And throws Izzy to the outside in the process.
Yeah, as we talked about briefly during the pre-show, this is not the same Izzy Moreno that challenged La Princesa back in November when she was only a couple of months into her career. This is almost a 1 year, difference in the individual in ring. A lot more experience, a little bit older. She's had a birthday since then, a little bit wiser.
And right now,
and having competed against La Princesa before, she kind of knows what to expect from the fighting champion.
And right now, she's not taking any of La Princesa's insults as the champion goes back inside to break the count and continue to punch on the outside while Izzy continues to try and fight back. And pushing Izzy back first into the apron. Of course, the champion can only change hands via pinfall submission inside the ring. And Tiffany Nieves is well aware of that, but Tiffany's out tonight to send a message. Now, hammerlocking the arm across the bottom rope, hyperextending the right arm, and continuing the punishment, referee forcing the break. And Tiffany Nieves, of course, has shown what it takes to be a champion and what it means for her to be the champion. Since beating Emmy Camacho back in June last year, 2023, for number one contendership to get to genocide at Boiling Point, where Tiffany Nieves arrived and became champion. Izzy Moreno debuted and has only risen up since then. Quickly put on the brakes right now on Izzy Moreno, who's down the outside. Izzy again, who started as the young fan of one Davina Rose, a.k.a. Bailey. Of course, became her own former podcaster, interviewer, now in-ring competitor.
And we saw Bailey able to successfully defend her championship earlier today against Piper Niven. Can Izzy Moreno be like her idol, her role model, if you will, and become champion here tonight? That's what the whole world is waiting to see.
And of course, no respect shown to the referee by the champion here, with a bit of admonishment for using closed fists. And clearly right now the plan is wear down, beat down Izzy Moreno, break her spirit, then break her body. That's clearly the plan on Tiffany Nieves. Loving shot to the spine. Of course, we just saw earlier a recap of Izzy Moreno getting to the opportunity, beating J.P. Harlow in a San Antonio Stampede match for the Mission Pro Cup. And the Mission Pro Cup, of course, will be vacated now and will be determined across a tournament, I imagine, for a new winner to also go after this opportunity when the time presents itself. Oh, jeez.
Well, the last time they did it, they did a fatal 4 or 5-way match, and the winner just took the cup. I gotta imagine they'll probably do something similar come August in their next show.
And of course, next time the Mission Pro Wrestling takes center stage will be, as JJ alluded to, in August. And again, folks, if time allows and if you encourage, we'll be happy to cover this again for you. Is he taking advantage, wrenching the left arm of Tiffany Nieves, trying to fight back here, and that jiu-jitsu background coming into play, teeing off against Tiffany, bringing it down to her knees, looking for that pump knee. Oh, but Tiffany drives herself into the back of Izzy. That was a hard shot, too.
You got to figure Tiffany Nieves here is trying to teach Izzy a lesson. You know, you look at someone like Izzy, 17 years old, a one-year rookie in this business. Tiffany Nieves has been around the block quite a bit. You know, NWA competitor, Ohio Valley Wrestling, former champion. She's done a few things along with beating and surviving cancer. You don't want some 17-year-old punk to come in and derail you.
Oh! Spin out with the power slam right now. And of course, Tiffany trying to take advantage. Here's the cover. 2. Anyway, hook a leg. 2 count there. Almost sat on Izzy there.
I believe Tiffany calls that the Bronx Slam. I could be wrong with that, though.
Yeah, you're right. The Bronx Slam, that spin out sidewalk slam. Again, Tiffany Nieves, calculated champion here. And of course, we talk about the younger generation of rising athletes, not just in NIL, but in professional wrestling. Julia Hart, 20 years of age, TBS champion. Billy Starks, 19 years of age, Ring of Honor Women's Television Champion. First ever Ring of Honor Women's Television Champion. And now the double underhook.
Here we've got Izzy Moreno at 17 years old could become the Mission Pro champion.
Weirder things have happened, but truly nothing is impossible in this business for anybody if you work for it. And Tiffany right now feeling firmly in control, taking her eyes off her opponent and showboating to the crowd. This could be a critical mistake. And Izzy right now just trying to get back up to her feet with assistance from the ropes.
Normally you would think so, but considering Izzy's having a hard time just even getting to her feet, you got to figure Tiffany Nieves thinks she's in her driver's seat here.
And Izzy, though, fine back, though, up and over, the flip, the roll up, the cover, 2, almost got her. No. Izzy almost won the title right there. And again, split-second decision, though, by Tiffany with that knee, bends Izzy down. What's Tiffany looking for here? Readjusting position, now hoisting up Izzy Moreno. Big power slam.
Almost Izzy thought she was going to go for the Michinoku driver. We saw that so many times at Clash of the Castle today.
Tiffany going for the cover, gets a 2 count, deep hook on the far leg, and again, further exaggeration on the lower back of Izzy Moreno, who's been favoring that pretty much this whole match. But Izzy again, wheeled on by all her best friends, all of her friends in attendance, all the friends and fans of Izzy Moreno here, looking to see if Izzy creates history. Wheeling on the challenger here. Izzy again getting the boot up, though, creating separation, sidestepping Tiffany Nieves, who goes into the turnbuckles. And now Izzy once again follows up with a shoulder block, rolls through, creates distance. The confidence building inside Izzy, but again, that back showing no favoritism. And Izzy right now, but we're looking to go for broke, going up to the second rope. Tiffany trying to stop the ascent. Tiffany charges in, catches Izzy. Oh, boy. My God, what a spine buster.
Ooh.
Damn.
The strength of La Princesa to catch Izzy Moreno there and just drive her down with that brutal spine buster.
Look at the transition, JJ. Look at the transition. Going for the cross arm breaker. Trying to lock it in, but Tiffany rolls up Izzy and forces Izzy to break the hold.
See, that's the one thing that most of these women have over Izzy is a little bit of a weight edge. And that just is because of her youth. Ooh.
Tiffany maintaining wrist control, though, dropping Izzy maintaining wrist control, though, dropping Tiffany face first. Now, once again, wrapping the arm up, looking for that cross arm breaker one more time. The same way she beat Mr. Kate to win her first match here in Mission Pro. Tiffany dragged away from the ropes towards center. Can Izzy hyperextend that arm? Hey, wait a minute. What? Wait, who's that? That's not Thunder Rosa. She's supposed to be on TV, right? Who the hell's that? But Izzy, though, driving the strange ally to Tiffany Nieves, face first to the ring apron. What the fuck's happening here?
I'm not sure. I need to get a good look at it, see if that's Holodead.
Yeah, was this the plan all along? Was this the damn plan all along? Then right now, the referee checking on Izzy. Almost the referee you would think would try and incite a disqualification right now. Again, Thunder Rosa
not wanting the referee to call for the DQ.
No, nobody wants that. And Tiffany right now literally looking for an escape, a coward's way out. And the audience is saying no as well. This crowd right now is apoplectic, as well as Izzy at this point. Referee right now with a critical decision to make. And the ring announce.
Oh, it's their general manager, CT, the Mic Slayer.
Uh-oh. The manager is stepping in here. Yeah, disgracing the championship. Yeah, antics is a polite word.
She's refusing to let the match end in a DQ.
Well, this whole thing, this whole charade, being eliminated by the general manager, fake ass Thunder Rosa to the back. Yes!
Match is restarting.
Damn! Yeah, you better get back in that ring or you're going to be stripped of your championship, Para. Yeah, this is not what Tiffany expected. Tiffany was looking for an easy way out with a fake-ass Thunder Rosa who should be losing an arm right now to Diana Purrazzo. Now she's headed to the back as she was about to tap out of the arm breaker. And Izzy in hot pursuit as the general manager has demanded this match to restart. And Izzy dragging the champion back towards the ring.
Great move by Carolina Teague.
Well, Carolina Teague has also been on the blunt end of Thunder Rosa's insults as well. You only could handle so much bullshit for so long, all right?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Hard into the steel ring steps. As Tiffany's looking
the question though now, Noah, is how pissed off is La Princesa, and is she going to dish out even more punishment to Izzy Moreno, or should she have just allowed the match to get DQ'd? I think we're going to see a more fired up Tiffany Nieves here now.
Well, maybe the general manager is trying to make Tiffany Nieves a worthy champion to call for Mission Pro. Maybe she's trying to make Tiffany a better competitor. Maybe she's trying to make Tiffany somebody people can be proud of. Why people have endorsed Izzy Moreno and rather see her as the face of Mission Pro. Again, though, Izzy Moreno, though, again, like you said, still so young, still so, again, undertested, favoring the small of her back. Referee asking Izzy if she wants to continue. Izzy, again, with the biggest opportunity of her young career. Tiffany, though, does not want Izzy to even get a second chance at it.
Izzy's body is not as calloused, is not as used to the bumps as a more experienced competitor.
Well, the match is officially restarted, so Izzy brought back inside the ring. Tiffany waiting for the bell to ring. At first.
There it is.
All right, well, here we go. Round two. I appreciate what the general manager did here, but again, I do worry about Izzy Moreno's long-term conditioning, to your point. And right now, Tiffany taking full advantage of that. Absolutely furious. Can I imagine what Thunder Rosa faces this if she don't lose her arm to the Virtuosa Diana Peraza, which I more so expect than anything else. Sorry, not sorry.
Well,
and now she's willing
Thunder
to take the
Rosa's
count
got to
out.
be huddled around a computer or her phone watching this. Although it is starting to get close to that women's match championship time in AEW, as it's almost the 9:15 mark.
Collision, they do things slightly differently. I will say that, especially when it comes to women extreme circumstances. And I'll leave it at that. Meanwhile, Izzy Moreno trying to climb her way up on the apron, stop the rest 10 count. And Tiffany runs in with the drop kick, though, and drives Izzy back down hard to the outside.
You can see the way Izzy is clutching at her back there.
Yeah, but look at the way that Tiffany Nieves is clutching her left arm that was nearly taken out of its socket. I can only imagine what's going through Izzy's mind right now, with how far she went to get back in this match, to have this match. The bottom line, even if Izzy doesn't win here, she will not accept losing via countout. If she's going to lose, she wants to lose in the ring to the champion. But losing the last thing on her mind as well as quitting. And Tiffany literally tossing Izzy back in right now. Might be dead to rights, dragging her towards center. Now it goes to the cover, lateral press, and Izzy somehow kicks out.
The heart, the fighting spirit of Izzy Moreno.
Somehow Izzy managing to get the shoulder up before the 3. And now Tiffany might be looking for a submission of her own, possible cloverleaf. Looking to hoist up Izzy. Again, the damage done to that compromised back. And the spine being rearranged on young Izzy Moreno as her body is planted flat on the mat. And Tiffany is sitting deep in on that cloverleaf. And again, we talk about the impact to the back on the steps. And Izzy might literally be fading here. You talk about the catalyst, talk about the conditioning of Izzy Moreno. She can only endure so much for the referee has to call it. If Izzy passes out, that might be it. Arm goes down once. If the arm goes down 3 times, Tiffany Nieves will retain via submission. There's a second. If this arm goes down for a 3rd, this match is over. But Izzy still shows life. The heart and soul of Izzy Moreno finding a way to raise her body, crawl towards the ropes, and forces the break. And Tiffany got to break that hold, but Tiffany bringing her back towards center, almost refusing to. Now dragging her back towards center of the ring, and once again, readjust the position, looking to once again apply a cool. Izzy, though, changing position herself. Roll her through with the ankle pick. An awkward landing for Tiffany Nieves.
I was going to say Nieves rolling close to those ropes so that she could get into them very easily. Smart move by the champion.
Yeah, but Izzy also sent the champion close into that turnbuckle, I think, on that damaged arm. So smart move by the challenger. And also she's created separation. Izzy Moreno with a bad back. Tiffany Nieves with a bad arm. What gives here first? As Izzy once again tries to rise back to her feet, showing the fighting spirit of her role model, Bayley. Looking to follow it, and boom, man, just runs through Tiffany. And now Izzy taking the champion down twice, 3 times with the short-range clotheslines. Izzy with the fire in her heart coming out tonight with the will of the crowd and all of her best friends there. And Moreno right now jumping elbow shot after the shoulder tackle. Sends Nieves back towards center of the ring, still favoring the small of the bat, though. What's Izzy thinking here? Big risk for possible highest reward or greatest downfall. Going to the highest of heights here tonight. Up to the top turnbuckle pad, looking to lay it on the line. Big crossbody, high angle connects. And Izzy with the cover. Put the leg kick out by Tiffany Nieves at 2.
And Izzy can't believe it. She's trying to figure out what it's going to take to get the victory and become champion here.
Now, Tiffany,
can see her.
Now, Tiffany looking to capitalize here, though. But Izzy Moreno, though, remaining still determined. Looking for a back slap, but the back immediately gave out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that back still injured now. And the arm, though, injured by Tiffany, who was looking probably for a pedigree. Again, keep in mind, she was in the armbar, about to tap out. Backstabber by Izzy Moreno, the Tiffany Nieves, though. And now Izzy Moreno with the arm again, looking for the cross arm breaker. Has it fully applied, has it extended. Will Tiffany tap? Will Tiffany find escape? Tiffany still trying to fight back, though. Reverse the pressure, shoulders down. Tiffany unable to relinquish Izzy's hold, though. Izzy kicking back the right arm, trying to hyperextend that left arm. It's out straight. Will Tiffany tap? Oh, that's it! That's it! That's it! I don't believe it! Izzy Moreno has done it! Unbelievable! Izzy Moreno is the new Mission Pro Wrestling Champion. Izzy has done it! She overcame the odds. She overcame herself. She overcame her own self-doubt and all the possible controversy. Even the champions planned to get the match thrown out. Tears in her eyes as Izzy Moreno has ended the reign of Tiffany Nieves and is now the sixth Mission Pro Wrestling champion. And now she is holding that prestigious title. Her first championship in her young wrestling career.
Not even a year veteran in the business, Noah, and she is the champion of Mission Pro Wrestling.
If you dream big, you can achieve anything. She followed the role model's example. She went on her own journey. And Tiffany Nieves has learned what Izzy Moreno truly is. And you can now call Izzy Moreno a champion. Incredible. Now Izzy Moreno steps into those boots, that pressure zone of holding a company's premier title. What a moment for this young, bright, up-and-coming star.
Yeah, absolutely. And not to downplay, but winning a championship is easy. Retaining a championship is when it becomes difficult. And there's that little girl.
She almost fell. Someone help her. Please don't let her fall.
Well, she has leg braces on. That's part of the issue.
Yeah.
She has leg braces.
That's a moment right there. Tell me that doesn't scream a picture over a decade in the making with a young fan followed a role model. Now Izzy Moreno is a role model for even a younger fan to follow. She did it. Izzy Moreno did it. The smallest BFFs. BFFs come in all sizes, all ages. As Izzy Moreno is welcoming all the BFFs to celebrate this moment with her inside the ring. What a moment for Izzy Moreno and for Mission Pro Wrestling. I couldn't be happier. Everybody congratulating our new Mission Pro Wrestling champion. What a way to close out Summer Lovin'. Nothing but loving in the air tonight. On behalf of the Renegade, JJ Williams, I am the Seminole Fox, and we thank you for tuning into this first ever, hopefully not the last time ever, coverage of Mission Pro Wrestling. Thank you for tuning in to this Talent Match Network exclusive. Izzy Moreno has done it. That was wholesome professional wrestling, damn it. That was wonderful. Congratulations to young Izzy Moreno.
Yep.
Beautiful. That was great. I'm so damn happy for her. That just made my day. That made me smile.
Same.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it means wholesomely to embrace and love professional wrestling. Damn it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.